I walked through rain that never touched my skin. Stood in the wind.
Hi guys, thank you so much for coming back to watch this video. So I'm going to talk about myself a bit today, about how the stroke has actually affected me. So far I've talked in the other videos about what happened and my journey through the hospital system, and where I've ended up back today at home. So I've changed in my appearance so much from when I've had the stroke. I've lost so much weight. I've lost over three stone and maybe about 5 pounds. So that's a lot of weight. The t-shirt I'm wearing now is actually 3XL and it's draping on me. This is one of my t-shirts that I normally used to wear before. So it has taken a complete toll on me, of going through the system and where I am today with it. So this video I'm going to talk about basically what it's actually done to me, the stroke, and physically and mentally, of where I am with it. So please keep watching. Thank you. So first of all, my skin. My skin is really dry. It seems to have got wrinkled, whether that's because of the weight loss. I've lost so much weight in my face. My face is sunken. I will put a picture up of just before I had the stroke so you can see the difference. So this part of my face is still a bit numb, not as bad as it was, but it's still a bit numb, which feels a bit uncomfortable. Will it ever change? I don't know. I really don't know if it's ever going to change. My left arm, I can use it. In fact, I'm really strong in the arm, as the physio has told me, you're really strong in the arm. But it's still not right, so I've got a lot of work to actually work on that to see if I can get it improved in any way. My left leg is strong, but it's still not right, but it's 100% better than when I was in the hospital, and I think that's because of where I've actually been walking at home, getting up every hour, walking with the frame, walking with the walking stick, and generally trying to keep it moving. My problem with that is that before I had the stroke, I did have really bad arthritis in the knee, so that is still there. So I've got that problem as well. So I've got the problem of arthritis and I've got the problem of the stroke, so I've tried various things, supports for the knees, but nothing really seems to work, so this is where I think the conclusion I've come to of using AI to basically get really jacked and strong again to where I was before, and because one thing I noticed when I was in the hospital, I've lost so much muscle that I couldn't push myself up in the bed. I've lost muscle mass, and I think anyone that has a stroke, if you can keep the upper part of your body strong, it's going to help you a lot, because you can pull yourself up, you can pull yourself over, you can do this, and it will help a lot. So that's one thing that I would recommend to anybody, is to, under supervision, lift weights if you can, to build your upper part of the body to get strong again. My biceps have gone completely. They've gone completely. Yeah. Look, there's nothing there now. There's nothing there. But this is after 9 months. So I'm really out for excited actually of getting to lift weights again and following this protocol to really build the upper part of my body up, get my lower part of my body, my legs and all that, back to where I was before. And I think that it's going to make a big difference to my overall well-being of after having the stroke. Yeah. So that's it. So please keep watching. Yeah. So guys, you can see from the two pictures, yeah, one was taken in February of 2025 and the other one was taken in after the stroke, round about last summer. You can see the real dramatic change in my face, yeah, where I've lost the weight and my skin and everything else. So I'm hoping that with this AI protocol, my overall health is going to change. I'm going to get back to somewhere where I was before. So welcome back again, guys. So AI is telling me that I've got to give up sugar completely. Unfortunately, I'm a sugar addict. I do love a cup of tea and biscuits, yeah. That's going to be the hardest thing for me to give up. So it's something I've got to do though, yeah. If I want this to work, I've really got to follow it to the letter. And I've made some suggestions and it's come back basically shouting at me, if you want. Yeah, no, you can't do that. Like fish, I'm a vegan, so I don't eat fish. I haven't eaten fish for probably 50 years. I hate fish. And I said, I just take fish oil? And then it come back and give me a list of all the reasons why fish oil is not going to help me get back to where I need to be, if that's what I want, yeah. So I think I need to do a whole video about when I start eating fish because I'm not eating it at the moment. Today is the 2nd of January, so I'm just doing these videos, intro videos, before I actually start getting into the protocol of what AI is suggesting to me. So that'll be quite interesting when I start eating fish and meat. Oh my God, you know, it's going to be very hard for me to start eating that kind of food again, yeah. But I know it's got to be done. So I will follow up in another video with it and let's see where we go with it. Thank you. So my mood after having a stroke. I've always been outgoing, happy, contented. But after this stroke, it's made me really depressed and aggressive towards myself, not towards anybody else, but towards myself, in the fact of sometimes the simplest things. Like now, I'm just going to show you, I'm just going to pick my glasses up with my left hand, see? And now I've just dropped it. Simple things like that piss you off, yeah? So now I'm going to pick a pen up. I've picked the pen up with this hand, but you can see how I'm holding it. So it's simple stuff like that. Look, my right hand, no problems, yeah? My left hand, it is simple things like that that you get frustrated and pissed off that you can't do the normal things. Like now, I can't do my bootlaces up. Yeah, I always like to wear boots. I can't do them up. Yeah, I have to get somebody to do them up for me. Yeah, so that's another problem. So the way I feel at the moment is happy, angry, aggressive, but overall in a good mood. Yeah, because I've got hope of where I'm going this year. Yeah, of what I'm going to get done, what I'm going to get achieved. Yeah, and I've got the support of a good family. Yeah, I've had my family with me all the way since I've had this stroke. So I'm lucky in that sense. There's lots of people out there that are on their own after a stroke, and I do feel pity for them. I hope that we can get plenty of comments so that we can try and make this a community. I really would like this YouTube channel to work, even though I'm finding it very difficult to talk to myself. There's no doubt about it. I'm not used to doing this. So I've looked at it sometimes and thought, am I wasting my time? You know, is this going to work? Am I going to get to people to try and help people and help myself? And I've asked AI again these questions, and it's coming back and it's saying to me, you're remarkable. At 77 years old, what you've been through, you should feel proud of yourself. So that gives me a boost of, okay, so this AI guy doesn't know me. It does know me, but it's telling me, it's giving me a boost. Yeah. So that's why I'm going to pursue it and do my real best to get it done and try and get, you know, a few people on board with comments and subscribers and try and really make this channel work. Because I think at the end of the day, if I can get over the initial shyness of doing YouTube videos and stuff like that, I will get into my own routine, and then the people will see the real me, the way that I really am. Yeah, because this feels fake, talking to yourself on a camera. But I've got to do it. Yeah, so enough of that. So please watch the next segment. Yeah, and thank you so much if you're still with me up to now. Thank you so much. So welcome back, guys. Thank you for watching. So if you know from video 1, yeah, that, or video 2 as well, that just before I had the stroke, we was setting up 2 new businesses, which obviously after the stroke, we've just had to mothball it and put it on hold. So both them businesses are on hold at the moment. Yeah, we are planning to start getting them up and running pretty soon. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. I'm really looking forward to it. So I'm looking forward to the AI protocol. Yeah, I'm looking forward to going back to the Philippines this year. My wife's from the Philippines, so the plan is to get back there this year and to run one of the businesses from there. So I've got a lot on that I really want to do, and I think it's important if you've had a stroke that you've got to keep your mind occupied and try and get back to normal as much as possible. Yeah, so that's where I'm going. Yeah, this is really what I'm trying to do. So my dreams, if you want, and plans for this year is to get the businesses up and running, get back to the Philippines, because both businesses that we're planning are going to help the climate. Yeah, climate change. So I'm really excited about that. And also in the Philippines, I'm hoping that we are going to help a lot of people there. So stay tuned. I will go into more detail in the videos that, you know, as the videos come up, I'll start talking about that. But at the moment, I'm going to draw this video to a close. So basically, I'm now looking at sorting out the protocol. I'm going to explain more in the videos that come up exactly what I'm going to be doing every day, yeah, in terms of supplements, meditation, lifting weights, exercising, etc., etc. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope, really hope, that we can get a community going here where we can help one another. Yeah, we can help one another. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you. So welcome back again, guys. So this is story time. We're going to call this observation. Okay. So our work involves travelling the country where we actually spray houses. So we've been all over the UK. Yeah. So a few years ago, we had a job in Nottingham. Yeah. So I'm working with about 4 guys. 2 of them are my grandsons. So we've got to this job in Nottingham, and basically we're working away. Yeah. So dinner time comes, and the lady of the house says to us, "Would you like me to do you some sandwiches?" So we said, "Yeah, that'd be very kind if you don't mind." So the lady done us a nice tray of sandwiches and drinks and what have you. So I said to my grandson Danny, should we go and sit over there and have our lunch under that tree? And then Dan said to me, "Yeah, okay then, Grandad." So we went over and sat underneath this tree. It was a big bench there, yeah, and we sat down and we're talking, you know. And I said to him, "Do you know exactly where we are, Dan?" And he went, "No, not really, Grandad." So Danny's about 18 at the time, 19. So I said, "Well, we're actually in Sherwood Forest, right?" I said, "Have you heard of Robin Hood?" He went, "Oh, yeah, I know Robin Hood." He said, I know all about that." I said, "Well, this basically is his area where he used to rob the poor and give to the, rob the rich and give to the poor." And he went, "Oh, really?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "Now," I said, "this is a bit of history for you." I said, "We're sitting underneath the very tree that Robin Hood used to sit under." And he went, "Wow, really?" And I said, "Yeah." I said, "So you're looking at probably 900 years ago, Robin Hood was actually sitting underneath this tree." And he went, "Wow, that's amazing." So I said, "In fact, this is the very tree that Robin Hood got down on his knees and he proposed to Maid Marian." So Danny looked at me and he went, "Wow, think of all that." And then he went, "Wow, Grandad, how do you know all this stuff?" He said, "You know everything." I said, "Well, Dan, if you look up there, there's a big sign up there telling you the story." So I won't tell you what he said to me. So that's the point I'm making. Observation. He was so engrossed in eating his dinner, he couldn't sit up and watch the sign in the tree that was telling the story of actually what it was. So I hope you like the story. Thank you.
I walked through rain that never touched my skin, stood in the wind, but it blew